we ask you to please rise for the presentation of the colors. Tonight's color guard is being presented by Hahnville High School's Air Force Junior ROTC LA 933. The commander for the color guard is Cadet Pereira. The state flag is held by Cadet Thibodeau. American Guard is Cadet Baird. And the state guard is Cadet Gilboy. This year, the Hahnville Junior ROTC Operations Commander is Riley Thibodeau. At this time, we please welcome Hahnville volleyball player Jada Moore to lead us in a moment of prayer and reflection prior to tonight's game.
We thank you and are forever grateful for PJ still being here with us today, and I pray that you keep him, protect him, and heal him in the name of Jesus. In Jesus' name I pray, amen.
Ladies and gentlemen, we ask that you remain standing, and gentlemen, please remove your hats for the playing of our national anthem. The national anthem will be performed by the Hahnville High School Fighting Tiger Marching Band.
And good evening, everyone. My name is Alik. I'm here with Productions, and I'm joined with Brad Landis, former Hahnville athlete and two-time state champion.
Yeah, it's a wonderful night tonight. We have a large crowd, student section out in abundance. We got a good away crowd. Last year, these two teams met up and had a great game. If you remember, Edie White went out, scored 2 TDs in the first half. Hahnville came surging back in the second half, but unfortunately, Edie White made a crucial defensive score in the second half to end that game. So I'm looking forward to a good game tonight.
And so am I. And just a reminder that you are joined here by Press Play Productions. We are here with Destrehan and Hahnville games both. And we are ran by students. We're student ran here. Just wanted to let y'all know. Always come back next week for the game. And yeah. And Mr. Brad, how do you think are the key? What do you think are the key plays here?
Yeah, Hahnville's defense got to play tough. They're going to run an option offense. They're a very, very physical team. So Hahnville's going to line up in a 4-2-5 defense, and I believe that's the right defense to stop them. Edie White played a big game last week against Jesuit. They turned the ball over 5 times, or Jesuit turned the ball over 5 times. They just couldn't pull the game off. So I'm looking for a big game. Hahnville, we're looking forward to seeing that quarterback. He's been pretty solid. So,
all right. And is there any other players that we should be looking out for tonight?
Yeah, let's look out for Edie White's quarterback, Grant Barbera. He has a cannon of an arm. Last game, he threw for 166 yards and 67 yards on the ground. They have a trio of running backs in this triple option: Reese LaFont, Landon Babin, and Carter Douglas. They all good on the run. And they have all-state linebacker Charlie Dietrich. Watch him. He's a good player right there. He's got some size. He's going to give us some trouble.
Will do. And how are we thinking about Hahnville?
Yeah, Hahnville has a good quarterback. Number 18, Landon Teague. Last week, he went 7 for 7 with 70 yards. Running back Fabian Celestine, 6 TDs already this year. And they got 2 receivers caught passes for touchdowns last week, Aaron Williams and Kieva Singleton. They lost a big wide receiver last year, Kobe Lewis. They're looking to replace that guy. I want you to look out for number 10, Bennett Knockhand. I'm expecting big things from Bennett tonight. Look for him to have a huge game.
All right. That sounds good. And we'll be looking forward to the game tonight. How do you think the crowd's looking?
Yeah, the crowd's looking good. They came out in attendance. That's what happens when you're 2-0. Looking forward to seeing Greg Boyne turn this Hahnville program around. Second year here at Hahnville High School. Spent many years at Destrehan as the offensive coordinator. Looking for good things. But on the other side, they got Coach Kyle Sane, 1988 graduate, Edie White, second stint as the head coach. He was in the finals last year against Archbishop Shaw and lost. So we had the kickoff. Edie White kicked the ball off to Hahnville. Hahnville will have the ball at the 20-yard line.
20-yard. All right.
So Hahnville's going to come out running the spread offense. They looking to balance run and pass. They got a good quarterback who can run a run play option. Mm-hmm. He's very good at reading the defense. So look for some of that tonight.
Will do.
Hahnville lines up in doubles. Quarterback in the shotgun.
And a pass. Great pass. But down. Flag on the play.
Yeah, Hahnville lined up in doubles right there. They had the guy in the shotgun. They threw the ball out to number 5. Number 5 is Kieva Singleton. Sometimes we run little plays like that. It's almost like a running play. You're trying to get 2 or 3 yards on those plays. It looks like we had a legal procedure. It was declined at 2nd and 10.
All right.
Or 2nd and 8. Hahnville lines up again in doubles. Quarterback in the shotgun. (14) in motion.
Great pass by Hahnville.
Yeah, that was another catch by number 5, Kavea Singleton. That was about a 30-yard gain. We set that guy in motion, one of our receivers in motion right there. Made one of the cornerbacks shift to the other side of the field.
And that'll be 2nd and 1st at the 42-yard line.
That motion left Kieva's wide open for a quick slant and a 30-yard gain. All right, that was a first down run. Fabian Celestine for the carry of 8 yards.
Second and 3.
Hahnville lines up in doubles formation again. Teague in the shotgun. Motion to number 8.
Hahnville down 3 and 1.
Yeah, it's 3rd and 1. That time they send the send the tight end in motion, played an H-back right there to give him numbers on the run. Celestine ran right behind that play, right behind that tight end for a gain of 3 yards. They line up again. We got a tight end to the left.
Hahnville tries to run down the middle.
Great run by Celestine right there, 40 yards. He took that zone plate, bounced it right outside. He took it down the field. Again, 40 yards, 1st and 10. Hahnville from the 22-yard line.
Celestine's run was good for 29. Hahnville will play 1st and 10. The E.D. White 20.
I think Hahnville really has some surprises in their back pocket here tonight. They're already right there next to the touchdown.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that they didn't show everything they have the first 2 games. They were waiting for this E.D. White game. It's a good test. Oh, throw.
And a touchdown by Hahnville. With 9 minutes left on the clock here, Hahnville's first touchdown of the game.
That's a great touchdown pass by Teague. That was for about 30 yards. The offensive line is giving Teague plenty of time back there. If they continue to give him that time, we're going to continue to be able to throw the ball down the field. You can see that they are sitting there concentrating on their run, leaving the secretary open for future passes.
And a kick for an extra point. And it is successful.
Yeah, the extra point's good. And with 9 minutes and 3 seconds left, Hahnville takes the lead, 7-0.
Hahnville kicking off.
Kickoff for the Tigers.
Cardinals receiving here.
Yeah, number 38, Miles Borey is the kicker for Hahnville High School. He got a pretty good leg.
Borey's kickoff goes in the end zone for the touchback.
Borey kicks off into the end zone, touchback. E.D. White will be getting the ball at the 20-yard line.
The volleyball team is selling jambalaya out of the stadium. Thanks to H. Worth Elevator Service for their sponsorship. Enjoy a delicious dinner while supporting the swim team.
So E.D. White's lining up in the flex bone offense. That means they have a fullback in the backfield with 2 wing guys. They're going to try to run the ball to this formation. All right, the ball was given to the running back. It's 3-yard gain there. It's 2nd and 7. I'm looking to see E.D. White's going to run this ball out of this option a bunch of times, try to get Hahnville's cornerbacks playing up, and watch they're going to end up throwing a deep pass later in the game. Quarterback has a good arm. Number 2's in motion. Great play by the Hahnville defense. Looks like we got to stop for a loss. It's going to be 3rd and 2.
And didn't you say that the Cardinals tend to play really well offensive?
Yeah, E.D. White's one of those teams every year they're pretty good. They're going to play hard-nosed football. They line up and all they trying to do is run the ball down your throat. But Hahnville's lining up in a 4-2-5 defense, which is a good defense to stop this type of option offense.
And a pass, caught and down.
Yeah, so you see they just ran an out route right there. They got about 12 yards for a first down. Again, that's what EDY is going to try to do. They're going to run the ball. They're going to get you playing inside, trying to stop that run. And as soon as you overload the box on defense, they're going to hit a wide receiver.
And that'll be 1st and 10 at the 33-yard line.
Last week against Jesuit, quarterback for E.D. White hit a receiver of a 67-yard touchdown pass. Be looking for him to throw the ball deep. Quarterback keeper. Great stop by number 8, Carter Burns, linebacker for Hahnville High School.
Yeah, it really seems like the Cardinals will be struggling here against the Lions when it comes to their defense.
Yeah, Hahnville's pretty big on the defensive line, and another pass, and great play by number 8 again, linebacker, made a nice hit on the wide receiver, caused him to drop that ball, incomplete. Brings us a 3rd down and 8. Quarterback Grant Barbera looking for the signal from his coach. He's in the shotgun. He's lined up with trip split. Nice pass, but incomplete.
That'll land them 4th and 8.
And E.D. White is lined up to punt. We got a flag on the field. It appears to be a sideline warning on Hahnville, either their players or the coaching staff. The first time you get that free one. Next time is going to be a 15-yard penalty. E.D. White lined up to punt. Looks like number 13 back to receive. The punt's off. Beautiful punt by E.D. White's punter. Punt goes for about 35 yards. Hahnville's going to take the field. E.D. White also runs a 4-2-5 defense. 4-2-5 defense is good to stop the run, but you also got 5 secondary back there, so it's also a good pass defense as well. It allows you to put 2 strong safeties up on the line of scrimmage so they can play the run and the pass. So it's a good defense to run against a balanced offense.
Right.
So Hahnville's lined up right now in trip split. We got 3 receivers to one side, one to the far side. Teague is in the shotgun.
It really looks like Hahnville has the large advantage here for the first quarter.
Handoff goes to number 1, Fabian Celestine, for an 8-yard gain. The right tackle did a good job sealing off that end right there, allowing Fabian to break it out to the outside.
That'll land them 2nd and 2.
Teague looking for the signal from Coach Boyne. Hahnville lines up with 2 receivers to the left, 1 to the right. 2 running backs in the backfield with Teague in the shotgun. 1 running back comes in motion.
And a pass successful.
Yeah, that was a good
and
pass.
Down.
That was a good pass to Kievas Singleton from Landon Teague. They put a guy in motion. The defense reacted as if they thought it was going to be a bubble screen right there. But they hit the guy that ran the little curl route. So that was a good play call by Coach Boyne and the Hahnville offense.
That'll be 1st and 10 on the Cardinals 49.
appears there's a timeout in the field. I believe there's an injured player on E.D. White, number 9. Carter Myers, linebacker, being helped off the field. So, Alik, you joined this class. What class are you taking that allowed you to do this broadcasting?
Yeah, so here at the Satellite Center, their class, Advanced TV Productions, ATVB, they are here with Press Play Productions. They allow me to be able to communicate as a student broadcaster, and I'll get right with you back.
After the play. 14's in motion. Wow.
And great catch
Nice
from
pass.
Hahnville.
Nice pass. That completion goes to number 14, Aaron Williams.
Great yards, great rush here.
Yeah, so we now at the 20-yard line. It's 1st and 10 here for the Hahnville Fighting Tigers. Teague's a pretty solid quarterback right there. He's very accurate with his passes. He's in the shotgun again. I'm expecting a run right here on 1st down. Look for Celestine to get the ball to the left. There's a run to the left. Good blocking by the Hahnville offensive line for a 2-yard gain. They're going to keep running that play, Alik. Hopefully, by the 3rd quarter, they're going to start to wear down the E.D. White defense, and the offensive line ought to take over in the second half. And you're going to see that run play right there start popping for 15, 20 yards. So,
yeah, I heard that Bennett Knockan here was a player we should be looking out for. How so?
Yeah, I'm expecting. He's a big body. He's going to get that. He's going to get out there at wide receiver. Watch. He's going to.
And a great pass, and that's another touchdown for Hahnville.
That's 2 pass and touchdowns tonight, right? For
yes,
T.
that is.
Yeah, very accurate quarterback. So it's 13-0. Hahnville's going to line up right here for the extra point.
And so it really does seem like Hahnville's trying to get up while they can in this first quarter, gain that large advantage here for the rest of the game. How do you think the Cardinals will deal with that?
Yeah, it's hard to come from behind. They're going to have to get out of their their offense and that triple option. They might have to start throwing the ball by the end of the beginning of the 3rd quarter.
And that's 14-0 with 5 minutes left, 5 minutes and 5 seconds left on the clock
in the 1st quarter. So, Alik, tell me about this class again and what goes on in this class. And, there's probably a lot of people watching TV today, maybe some middle schoolers who might be interested in getting to broadcasting. What's happening in that class that you enjoy, and what made you take this class?
Yeah, so with this class, it allows a lot of people to really experiment with TV productions. Here, broadcasting, I had a lot of chance to learn more about this career field, about filming, about, live action. But we do other events with arts. We help, take pictures, all sorts of stuff, really. And this career is really large in this day and age, and I think a lot of people should take the class. It's really enjoyable.
Yeah, we have Miles Borey set to kick off.
And the Cardinals receiving here.
And it's going to be a touchback. The Cardinals are going to take the ball to the 20-yard line. So, Alik, I'd say it's some pretty good real-world experience, right?
Yeah, it definitely is. It allows, you to be more confident in what you do if you want to take this, outside of high school. As it is only a student class, it allows for a lot of real-world experience, as you said.
Yeah, some great things the parish is doing to enable students to be real-world ready. As soon as they graduate out from high school. I know a young man who once was in your position who ended up doing a lot of stuff for the New Orleans Pelicans just from being in this class. E.D. White lines up again in their flex bone offense. Handoff given to number 2, the wing back.
Flag on the play.
Flag on the play for the snap. More than likely that was offsides. Edie White's pointing towards Hahnville's direction. Illegal substitution for Hahnville. Alik, I didn't see what was happening on that play, but maybe they got somebody off the field too late, or somebody on the field too late. Something of that nature. It's going to be 1st and 5 for Edie White. Yeah, Edie White just gets up on the line, and they're there to pound you right now. They got 2 tight ends, 2 wing backs, and a fullback in the back.
Yeah, it seems like the Cardinals are really planning to shut the Tigers down here.
Yeah, that was a counter play right there. They took the left guard and left tackle, pulled him around, tried to knock out that defensive end for Hahnville. Did a pretty good job of that. Hahnville's going to have to recognize that's coming. That end's going to have to squeeze that down and shut that play. If that end can squeeze down that tackle right there, that play is going to be shut down, and Hahnville should look. Oh, a penalty on E.D. White. 2 penalties in a row. We're going to be 1st and 10 from the 20-yard line, starting right back where we were after that kickoff.
Quite the back and forth here.
Handoff to the fullback. Oh, pitch. Great pursuit by the Hahnville Tigers. A swarm of Tigers made the tackle. Looks like it's going to be 2nd and 10.
So what do you think the Tigers should do here to get that touchdown?
Yeah, it's 2nd and 10 right now. He's just going to continue to play that base defense. They like to blitz a lot, Hahnville, but that pass by the nice pass and catch. Good hit by number 8, bring down the tackler. Yeah, Hahnville's just going to have to play that base defense, continue to play that 4-2-5 defense. There's a lot of movement on Hahnville's defense. They do a lot of blitzing, but you can't blitz in a team like this because, you know they're running, but if you blitz a guy, they're going to hit that guy in the pass as well. So,
right.
A lot of times in this option, they're reading you on the defense. So, blitzing, you blitz the wrong area, that can cause some trouble for your defense. So, I don't expect to see a whole lot of blitzing. You just got to man up and play some defense right here. So, who wants it more? Who's going to establish the line of scrimmage? It's 1st and 10. 5 drive that pass. There's that deep pass I told you about, but we have an interception.
Okay, seems like Hahnville is going to try to push it here. And that was a great run.
It's a great run. Yeah. Great run by number 8, it looks like. That would be Carter Burns. Maybe intercepted that ball. I don't think that was Carter Burns, though. That was a free safety back there. It looked like Hahnville maybe been playing cover 1, man-to-man, but they had that free safety in the back, just kind of roaming the back area, ball hawking that, and he was right there. But that's the play I was talking to you about that they ran against Jesuit, that they connected on that 67-yard pass. They're going to lull you to sleep running the ball over and over again, and then they're going to try to hit you deep. They're going to do it again today.
I think, a play like that could really land some damage on Hahnville. But that was a great catch still by the Tigers tonight. We're going to see what the Cardinals do against it.
Yeah, well, there was a penalty on that play. I missed the call. I'm not sure what the penalty was. Let's see. Hahnville still got the ball. Probably a block in the back, I'd imagine. So Hahnville's going to take the ball 1st down at the 46-yard line. Driving from right to left here. Hahnville's lining up in a tight bunch formation along the right-hand side. We got motion by number 6.
Penalty, flag.
Penalty on the play. I'd imagine it's in the area of holding. It's go down to the referee, see what he signals. You know, Fabian Celestine looking good in this game. He's breaking some runs. The offensive lineman's getting a little push on that defense. They need to keep bearing down on him, wear that defensive line out. E.D. White is a big school, 4A school. Hahnville's 5A. I imagine that they have the same type of body, so I'm imagining that they have some substitutes. They can come in and keep their guys fresh, but I'm hoping they don't, and Hahnville can wear them down as we go along. So, yeah, it was a holding. We look like we're going 1st and 20 now from the 36-yard line.
Yeah, it seems like the Cardinals are going to try to like push Hahnville back here.
Yeah, it's tough to get holding on 1st down, especially with a big play. Now it knocks you back 1st and 20 yards. Teague back to pass, scrambling right, and Teague's going to run the ball. Good run right there, Elite, to get some of that yardage back, that 6 yards right there. Sometimes as a quarterback, you don't see your options right there. You just got to tuck it and run. Get what you can.
Right.
You know, at 1st and 20, that's a long way. We can get 5 or 6 more yards right here, get it 3rd down and 8, 3rd down and 7. That's manageable. That opens up the whole playbook for the coach.
Yeah, it seems like there's a lot of plays that Hahnville is being restricted from being so far back from that 1st down.
Yeah, when you way far back like that, you can't run your regular run game. You kind of have to open it up to some of the passing game on downs that maybe you don't want to open it up on. 1st down is typically not a passing down. Oh, great.
Oh.
Nice breakup right there by 25 for E.D. White. That is Jonathan Lee, a linebacker, senior. Made a great play on the ball. Nice pass. Nice read by Teague. But
and I guess you're starting to see the Cardinals' defense here.
Yeah. The E.D. White Cardinals, they led by a good coaching staff. As I said earlier in the broadcast, Kyle Lassane is the head coach, man. He's in his 2nd stint at E.D. White. He's also the A.D. E.D. White has been really, really good on them. So I'm expecting E.D. White to continue to make adjustments.
Seems like the Tigers are going to have to go for a big play here.
And it's a screen play. And it's a big screen play right there.
And that is a great play by Hahnville, leading them to a touchdown, it seems.
Yeah, Hahnville's offensive line did a really good job right there. A lot of times on the screen play, defense will recognize the screen play because they'll be able to come right through the line of scrimmage. But Hahnville did a good job right there and engaging the defense, didn't letting them go. So they concealed that screen play, and they hit the number. Is that number 1 Fabian Celestine again? For a long play, but there's a flag on the play.
Let's see what the ref decides.
The flag is all the way down on the Hahnville sideline. I'm not sure what this can be. There's a huddle in the field. The umpire is explaining to the referee what he saw. Hahnville's backing up, so it looks like it's on them. It's unsportsmanlike conduct on Hahnville. That's going to drop us way back right here, Elite. It's going to be 3rd and there's a 15-yard penalty. It's going to be 3rd and about 30 yards, I guess. Yeah, League, like we said, this is a tough one to get. I don't think Hahnville is going to attempt to try to get the 1st down here. What they're going to probably do is they're probably going to try to get a short pass, maybe even a run, try to maybe do a draw, try to get about 5 more yards so when the punter comes out there, they can maybe turn over the field position. But
at least give them some more yards to work with.
Yeah, on the punt. You definitely don't want to throw the ball deep right here and throw an interception, you know.
Right.
Trying to last gasp effort to get 35 yards on 3rd down. You don't want to turn the ball over on your side of the field. So I'm expecting Coach Boyne to just do something simple right here. You know, you punt the ball, lick your wounds, come back, try again next time.
Right.
You know, we got that 14-0 lead, so there's nothing urgent right here. So we definitely don't want to make a mistake and turn the ball over on our side, giving them a short field to get the score close. But we got 3 wide receivers to the left side, 1 to the right. Teague's in the shotgun. I'm still expecting a draw right here, Alik.
Seems like the Cardinals have a lot more to lead on than they.
He draws back. So there's number 10, Bennett. Knockhand. We talked about Bennett a while ago for about a 5 or 6 yard game. Like I said, we're going to go for something short right there. We're not going to do anything dangerous, but we talked about Bennett a while ago. Again, number 10, big body wide receiver.
Right.
With a nice speed. His brother was bloodline right there. His brother was on the state championship team in 1992, Blaine Knockhand. Yeah, so good bloodline right there. Again, I'm expecting big things from Bennett tonight. Hahnville back to punt. Number 1 is back deep. That is Josh Thompson. Nice punt by the Tigers. About a 40-yard punt, but the running back takes it to the left side. Great run, about a 35-yard run.
Seems like that was a great play for the Cardinals here.
Yeah, great play. Beautiful punt by Hahnville's punter. We just got to get down on defense. And make that tackle. But take nothing away from that punt return right there. Number 1 did a great job returning that. He had a wall set up. He got behind that wall. It's tough to get him. It's tough to get him in that kind of situation. But we taking it 1st and 10 right now at the 32-yard line for E.D. White.
What do you think Hahnville will do here?
Yeah, I think Hahnville's just going to stay in that base defense. If they got a good kicker, so we can get them three and out right here. I think Hahnville will be satisfied just giving up a field goal, but they're going to continue running that option. And again, that's a great play by Hahnville's defense. They gain in penetration on that offensive line of E.D. White. They haven't given E.D. White much room to run tonight.
Would you say that the Cardinals seem desperate here?
I don't think they're in desperation yet. It's 2nd and 12. It's still early in the game. They can't let Hahnville score again or it's going to start to get out of hand, and they're going to really have to get out of their offense. But at this point right now, it's just 14-0. E.D. White happens to score right now. They still in this ball game.
And that's an incomplete pass.
Yeah, and I mentioned earlier that, just because they're an option, they can be explosive. The quarterback threw for 166 yards against Jesuit last week, and Jesuit's no slouch. Anytime you go out to play Jesuit and you have a good game and you compete with them boys over there, they play hard. They find a way to win at Jesuit. So they played a good game against them. So I would not count out E.D. White.
With 30 seconds left on the clock, we'll see how the Cardinals play.
Yeah, number 5's in the shotgun. He's got a fullback right behind him about 1 yard. Double wing, 2 wide receivers. Wingman in motion. Hahnville shifts. Quarterback rolls. Throws, fires.
And an incomplete pass here.
Yeah, coverage by number 21, Savion Weber, another senior for the Hahnville Tigers.
That'll end the Cardinals for 4th and 13.
Yeah, 4th and 13. Let's see what they do. Are they going to go for it? They're in no man's land right now. They're either going to go for it, punt. They got a good field goal kicker. He kicked a long field goal last week, but this might be slightly out of his range. I think E.D. White is going to go for it right here, but they are not in their option offense right now. They got 3 wide receivers to the right, 1 to the left, and quarterback in the shotgun.
Seeing what they do here.
Deep pass to number 2, and it is complete for a touchdown.
That was a great play by the Cardinals, I'm not going to lie. That'll be the first touchdown of the game, seems, with 17 seconds left on the clock.
Yeah, on that situation, I'm not sure what happened defensively right there, but I'm pretty sure the Tigers were in some kind of zone offense. That wide receiver just kind of ran a post route right there, got underneath the safety for the completion and the touchdown.
And it seems like they're getting ready for the extra point kick.
I'm sure Coach Scoble down there is not happy with that play. I had the opportunity to coach with Scoble when I was a coach at Destrehan along with Coach Boyne. Scoble's a pretty intense defensive coordinator, very, very complex defense. Yeah, coach is not going to be happy. He's calling him to the sideline. Want to have a conversation with him.
All right, that's good for 14 and 7. 17 seconds left on the first quarter. We're really coming to the end of the first quarter. How do you think the rest of the game might lead on?
Yeah, this is shaping up to be a ball game. Hahnville took a lead 14-0 right there off the bat. But you just saw E.D. White's a formidable team. They're not giving up. A team like E.D. White will never give up. They're well coached. They're well coached. They got a great coaching staff. They have a history just like Hahnville going to state championships. They were in the finals last year against Archbishop Shaw, lost to a great Shaw team. These kind of teams right here, they've been doing it for a long time. They always have senior leadership. These teams do not quit. And you can expect to see a good game throughout. Even if Hahnville takes a big lead, you're not going to see the Edie White Cardinals quit. So, again, 14-7 right here. We got 17 seconds left in the first quarter.
The Cardinals prepare to kick. The Tigers receiving.
Number 25, Jonathan Lee, is the kicker. Lee kicks the ball to the 1-yard line. Hahnville return the ball right up the middle to the 24-yard line. Hahnville will take 1st and 10 from the 24 with 10 seconds left to go in the first quarter.
It seems like Hahnville might be leading on here.
Yeah, Hahnville, they probably. I'm going to expect them to try to reestablish what they were doing before that disaster last series with all the penalties and stuff like that. I think they're just going to run the ball right here, try to get a 5-yard gain, and just kind of start to reestablish the momentum that was lost last possession.
Yeah, it really sucks to see such a great play be shut down by penalties.
Deep pass.
And a great catch here. 3 seconds left on the clock. And it's a touchdown here for Hahnville. What might you say that play was to you?
Well, that was just a go route right there. It was a play action. They faked it to the running back. Do you want to take a guess who caught that ball?
Fabian Celestine?
Nope. Who's my player to watch today? Number 10, Bennett Knockhand.
Bennett Knockhand.
Look, I got my connections. I'm not going to lie to you. I talked to the Hahnville coach today, and the thing he texted me, Bennett Knockhand. Watch out for Bennett Knockhand tonight. He's going to have a big night. They've been hiding Bennett the last 2 games because they were able to get – there's a penalty on the play. It's coming back.
Will this be the second time around for Hahnville?
Yeah, that's a momentum killer right there. That's what you're looking for, especially after you had a bad possession and then you turned and then Edie White drove and scored. But back to Bennett Knockhand, man. He's gonna have a nice night. Bennett's a big guy, big strong guy, got some speed. Be looking for him to go back to Mr. Knockhand again, number 10.
All right. It seems like the Tigers will be starting far back here.
Yeah, it looks like that may have been an unsportsmanlike conduct because it looked like they took us back 15 yards. A holding would be 10, so Hahnville's lined up in the same formation, trip splits. I really doubt they're going to run that same play.
Yeah, it seems like we'll have to have no time on the clock. Seems like we'll have to start the second quarter, with Hahnville way back in their own territory.
On a penalty, they're going to run an untimed down right here, so they're going to have one play, and then we're going to switch sides for the second quarter. Another pass play.
And a great rush down the middle here after a pass.
Yeah, that was a nice pass for a gain of 22 yards or 25 yards. Got us a first down. That's the way to get yourself out of the situation of being 1st and 20. It's going to be Hahnville first down from the 38-yard line when we come back to start the second half. So they're going to switch sides right now. And let's take a break.
All right. So
let's take a break for the first quarter.
And we're back.
Yeah, 14-7, about to start the second quarter. I know it's only 14-7, but I do like what I'm seeing from Hahnville on the offense and defensive line. They definitely winning in the trenches right here. They had maybe one pass protection messed up where they scored that long touchdown pass, but look for them to go to Bennett Knockan again. Like I said, Coach Boyne said, expect some big things for him tonight. And that's a carry for a yard loss right there. Yeah, I talked to Coach Boyne this morning. We had a conversation about what they were going to try to run. I'm not going to tell all the secrets going on tonight, but yeah, he wanted to make sure that Alik was aware that number 10 was going to have a big night. So I've said that a couple times, Alik. So be looking for that number 10.
Yeah, I really do know Bennett Knockan personally, and he is a great player. I really do expect a lot from him tonight.
Yeah, you didn't see much of him in the McMain game or the McDonough game.
With Booker T, Bennett Knockan did have one touchdown, but we've already seen a lot from him here tonight, and yeah, I think we can expect a lot here.
Yeah. Speaking of Bennett, we got a completion for about 9 yards to Bennett. It's going to be 3rd down and 1. You know who I'm really impressed with today? He was one of my players of the game to watch, but Hahnville's quarterback, Landon Teague, man, he is doing a fantastic job reading the defense. He's hitting receivers on stride. Very accurate quarterback. 3rd and 1.
Yeah, it seems like Landon Teague, his name's coming up quite a couple of times.
Yeah. I'm expecting a run right here. Looks like they're trying to spread Edie White's defense out with the trips formation. There's some movement on the line. There's flags. 10's pointing at us. Edie White's pointing at us. Hahnville's pointing at Edie White. It looks like the penalty is going to be in Edie White, probably encroachment offsides on the defensive lineman, the left tackle. That's going to give Hahnville 1st down at the 49-yard line. We're looking at 1st and 10 again.
That's great to hear here for Hahnville.
Yeah, I think Hahnville, what they're looking to do right now, I don't think they're going to try to make a big play. I think what they're going to do is try to grind it out over here and wear out Edie White's defense.
Yeah, it seems like since Hahnville is still with their advantage, just slowly pushing towards that touchdown, getting those 1st downs here will definitely help.
Look for the short passes. Those act as run plays as well. See right here, we have another run. Oh, flea flicker hits number 14. And there's a flag on the play, but it looks like it's going to be on number 9, Edie White, just speculating. Did you know Bennett Knockan was a quarterback before?
Yes, I did actually know that. I did. I've heard quite a couple of stories about Bennett Knockan here.
Did you know Bennett Knockan just threw that touchdown pass to number 14?
I did not.
Yeah, what a beautiful play set up.
That was a great play.
Teague passed the ball to Bennett Knockan behind the line of scrimmage, so that meant Knockan was able to throw the ball forward. Hit number 14, Aaron Williams, streaking down the right side for a touchdown. Like I said, we got a flag on the play.
Yeah, that was even with the flag here, really killing
we got
the vibe,
there's
the
four,
momentum.
There's 4 flags on the play, so everybody saw it. They called unsportsmanlike conduct and illegal procedure on Hahnville. So those are offsetting penalties, so the play will not come back. That play will come back. Flags all over the field. The crowd, Hahnville, not very happy with the referees right now.
Yep, that'll be the 3rd time, right?
Yeah.
Seems like Bennett Knockan has a lot of great plays here.
It seems that the referees always see something that the crowd doesn't see, and the crowd always sees something the referees don't see. It's a love-hate relationship between the crowd and the referees, but the coaches on the sideline seem calm, so I believe they saw the penalty, and they agree with the referees right here. So it's going to be 1st and 10 still. A little bit of harm done, but we still got the advantage right here. It's 1st and 10. We got to work the ball down to score.
Do you think Hahnville might still try to make these, amazing plays here with Bennett Knockan?
Yeah, I'm looking for that. But like I said, we're looking for Bennett, but a lot more players on that field. Hahnville with Fabian Celestine getting the ball right now to the right side, running hard, only a 4-yard gain. But, Hahnville's got a lot of great players, man. Looking at, like I said, Fabian Celestine, 6 TDs already on the year. Landon Teague is probably one of the best quarterbacks in our district. Be looking for some of those players to be all district 1st team when it comes down to the end of the season.
Yeah, watching these amazing passes, it really puts a lot of emphasis on Landon Teague and, how he's able to be such a great quarterback here
Yeah,
tonight.
and Aaron Williams has come down with a mini grabs today. He's a good wide receiver. Hahnville seems to be stocked with some skilled positions, and the offensive line is bigger than I've seen them in the last 4 or 5 years. Handoff to Fabian. Looked like nothing on the play. Defensive line ate him up right there. 3rd and 6 from the 44-yard line. Got 9 minutes left in the second quarter.
What do you think the Cardinals plan to do here?
Yeah, I think the Cardinals might run a blitz right here, try to get in the quarterback's face. It's a passing down. They can blitz one person and still run his own defense. They got four defensive linemen right here. Look for and it's a run by Celestine. Again, it's a stop. He's going to bring up 4th down. Hahnville's in that situation E.D. White was in a while ago. While we're in this position, do we punt? Do we kick a field goal? It's be a 60-yard field goal, so that's probably out. Or do we just go for it right here? And Hahnville's going for it. And that's why they ran that ball on 3rd down, because they knew they were going to go for it on 4th. Hahnville lines up and doubles formation with Teague in the shotgun.
Great catch here.
Yeah, good catch again right there by that was Kevius Singleton, wide receiver. Hahnville looks to be loaded with a bunch of wide receivers. There's 3 names we've been calling over and over again. And be thankful, not a lot of teams got a quarterback like Landon Teague throwing the ball.
Yeah, it seems like the Cardinals really be struggling to stop Hahnville's really like pushing past them here.
Right. Hahnville and doubles again. Teague in the shotgun. 3 in motion. Ooh. Pass to Aaron Williams. That ball should have been caught right there, but hey, you can't get on a guy who's made a bunch of spectacular catches, right?
Right.
So I expect him to make up for that with a big touchdown later on in this game. Yeah, it's nice to see. Yeah, it's nice to see Hahnville. They played 2 games. They blew out 2 opponents in McMain and Booker T. Washington. It's nice to see him play E.D. White. E.D. White is a formidable task. Very, very equivalent to the Hahnville Tigers.
And there he is catching the ball here.
If you can beat a team like E.D. White by 2 or 3 touchdowns, nobody can say, oh, Hahnville beat a bad team or Hahnville beat a lower-class team. E.D. White's a 4A team, maybe 1 class lower, but you got to remember, these guys were in the finals last year against Archbishop Shaw. Third and 1 for the Hahnville Tigers. Give to Fabian. Good.
Great play here. And it seems like that's there for a touchdown.
Yeah, I'd like to see that on replay because I was faked. I thought Fabian Celestine had the ball, but next thing I knew, number 10, Bennett Notkamp, was running down the right side for a touchdown.
Bennett really wants that touchdown here.
Yeah, I'm not sure what happened. I want to see the replay. But for anyway, we got the touchdown running down the field, 35 yards, no flags in the play. Hahnville lining up for the extra point.
Bennett being denied that touchdown 3 times now, it seems.
Yeah.
Here we go for the extra point. 7 minutes and 5 seconds on the clock.
Nice kick by Borey.
And it was successful.
Borey's a really good kicker.
Yeah, he really is,
Yeah. Soccer player?
We've seen, yeah.
Yeah, soccer player. That's been the good thing for Hahnville, Since the early 90s, Hahnville brought a soccer program down here and has really paid dividends for the football team. All you have to do is walk out there in December, January, and see who's kicking the ball over there at E.D. White on the soccer field. But it's a hard transition to be a kicker. You go from a round ball to an oblong ball like a football. But Hahnville's reaped the benefits of the soccer team.
And it seems like Miles Bory really is showing off his skills here.
Yeah.
And as he has in the past games.
Yeah.
Here we are with the Tigers kicking. and the Cardinals receiving.
Yeah, it's 21-7 in the second quarter with 7 minutes left. Yeah, I want to see that play on replay.
Yeah, that was an amazing play here.
Alik, you know what I'm going to do when I get home tonight?
Watching a replay.
I'm going to go on YouTube, pull up Press to Play Productions, and I'm going to watch this play at 7 minutes in the quarter.
Oh,
See
yeah.
what happened. I still don't know what happened. Oh,
Flagging on play.
a flag on the play. It looks to be, to me, on Hahnville, maybe a hit out of bounds. 21-yard return by the Cardinals. Somebody. It's unnecessary roughness on Edie White. I know there was a little struggle down there on the sideline. There was players laying all over the ground, and where the flag was thrown, I knew it was unnecessary roughness. But it looks to be on Edie White. That's going to set them back all the way down to the 11-yard line. This is going to be 1st and 10 from the 11. Which is good for the Hahnville Tigers because for Edie White to score right here, you're looking at a 90-yard drive. A 90-yard drive is hard to sustain, especially in high school.
Oh, man. Yeah, it seems like a lot's going on here tonight against Edie White and Hahnville. You can really see, the crowd tension.
Yeah, the student section's impressive today. They all standing. They haven't sat down yet. Band sounds good. Always got to give props to the band. They give us a good atmosphere out here in the stadium. I hope you can hear them on TV.
Of course.
And the runs up the middle for 5 yards. It's going to be 2nd and 5 from the 11-yard line.
Yes, watching Hahnville's defense line try to take on the Cardinals, it really leaves like a lot to be desired, I would feel.
Yeah, I think so far Hahnville is dominating on both sides of the line of scrimmage. Another give to number 5 is going to be he makes it for a 1st down. He's got to the 22-yard line. I want you to notice right here, League, that the Edie White offense is going to start to speed up because we got 6 minutes left in this game. Be watching for a pass.
Okay.
They're going to lure Hahnville to sleep with that run over and over again, and they're going to have a quick pop pass, probably 15 yards to a wide receiver. We need to make sure that defense, I know Malta Scoble in his defense, he's sitting there. He's got number 2 back there, I believe, in the free safety. He's waiting for that.
Are you still expecting
that? And roll out right. And there's that pass right there to 84 wide open to the 44-yard line. It's going to be 1st and 10.
So are we still expecting that deep pass by the Cardinals here?
Yeah, I mean, they got 5 minutes to go, but this is the perfect time right now. The defense knows when you got about a minute left in the game up till halftime, you got to go 60 yards, a pass is coming. But with 5 minutes, Edie White could do whatever they want right now. They can run, they can pass. It's a good opportunity to run a pass with the defense not necessarily expecting that pass, okay? So on 1st and 10, watch if they get a gain right here when they come out of the timeout. If they get them a good 7-yard gain, I'll be expecting some kind of pass down the field. It's kind of like a down you can waste because you only have 3 yards left to go. So you can make that on 3rd and 4th down. So expect a run play here. And if they make a large gain and it's 2nd and short, I think they're going to give it a shot to the end zone. It may be a little too early for that because they're going to give Hahnville the ball back if they score. Let's see how they line up after the timeout. So they line up with 1 wide receiver up to the top. They got 2 wing backs, 2 tight ends, and a fullback, 13 in motion. It's going to be a run right here, I believe. Get right up to the running back. They're giving that to the fullback, number 5. 5 is a solid player. That's Grant Barbera.
All right, 5 minutes and 30 seconds left on the clock. Hahnville still with advantage here, 21-7.
Yeah, so what they're doing right now, they faking the dive to the fullback, and Grant Barbera, the quarterback, who had 67 yards rushing in last week's game. He's a pretty good athlete. He's giving the fake to the running back to the left, and he's taking it over the right side, and he's getting about 10 yards a pop right here. They can keep doing that until Hahnville stops them. I don't think the offensive line of E.D. White is dominating.
Flag on the play?
Yeah, I don't think the offensive line of E.D. White is dominating Hahnville. I think what they're going to have to do is they're just going to have to make an adjustment on defense right now. They're all biting on that dive. They're going to have to play gap control between the guard and the center is called the A gap. Between the B guard and the tackle is the B gap. They're going to have somebody in each gap. You can't overcommit. You have to play your gap. And if they can play that gap, they're going to stop this particular play. We had offsides on Hahnville. It's 1st and 5 now at the 44-yard line.
So you're basically saying it's like
Yep.
a battle of attrition here?
No, they just ran the same play.
Right.
But Hahnville did a better job of maintaining their gaps right there, and a young man was there for the tackle on the defensive end. So I think they're going to keep running this play until Hahnville stops it a couple times. But like I said, be aware. They allow you to sleep, running the same play over and over again, and they're going to hit you down the sideline. Air Force Academy runs the same offense. You can see Air Force Academy hit 1 or 2 deep plays every game.
Yep, and there it was again.
Yep,
So
same
you're
play.
saying I should expect, just a pass for about 10 to 15 yards just to get that first down?
Right now, 3rd and 3, you might see a little pass, maybe a 5-yard curl, 5-yard slant. But again, I think they're going to they've run the same play 4 times in a row. Sometimes to the left, sometimes to the right. I'm anticipating the pass down the field. Hahnville's playing up. They don't have anybody deep. They got a guy, the deepest guy is 10 yards. That's what they're looking to do. They're looking to bring the Hahnville defenses up to the line of scrimmage. When they can get all the Hahnville defense in the line of scrimmage, the man in the booth right down the hallway from us, he's seeing that, and he's seeing that safety start to cheat up, looking for that run. As soon as he sees that, he's going to go over the top.
All right, just a reminder here that you're watching Press Play Productions. We are student ran. We have other students here filming the videos for you, so you make sure that you're watching all the plays, the ball, and enjoying the game. Just make sure that you visit us here. We won't be holding a football game next week, but we still host other games here for Hahnville and Destrehan. The next game will be Destrehan versus Terrebonne, October 3rd.
Yeah, I'm looking forward for that Terrebonne game. Every now and then, Terrebonne got a good team they put out on the field. All right, it's 3rd and 1. Here comes E.D. White to the line of scrimmage. They're in the option. There's that run again. They gave it to the fullback that time. They didn't get it. It's going to be 4th and 1. I suspect they're going to go for it right here, 4th and 1. Again, they're in that no man's land.
For a deeper pass here?
Look for them to run a running play, get
Okay.
the first down.
To get
and
the
then
first
after
down.
the first down, you might see something. But they got plenty of time left. They can run the ball all the way into this end zone if they wanted to. Hahnville's going to have to step up on defense right here, make a play, gap control. Oh, we blitz. We had a linebacker blitzing right there. He crossed the line of scrimmage. Unfortunately for the Tigers, it's an encroachment. It's going to be a 5-yard penalty. First down for E.D. White. So, Elite, I'm not down there on the sideline. It's been a few years since I've been coaching.
Right.
What I would do right now is this would be the opportunity to go for a touchdown right here on a pass. The reason I say that, Hahnville just jumped off. They were trying to stop him. That linebacker's thinking about the mistake he just made. I'm throwing a pass right where he's at. But I believe Hahnville's coached well, and they're not going to let that bother them. But they run the ball again. Number 4's got it. We got a gang of tacklers on the play. We got 8 yards to go.
Yeah.
It's a good job by the defense.
You really can see that Hahnville has great discipline here for their players, as well as their coaches. Their coaches are great at what they do.
Yeah, I had an opportunity. There's a few coaches on there. Coach Boyne brought a few coaches from Destrehan with him that I coached with. Greg Boyne, Mr. Pelche, Malta Scoble. Those guys are disciplined guys. If you hand off to number 5, for a 4-yard gain. It's going to be 3rd and 3. Those guys are all about discipline. Been around them a long time. If you're not going to follow directions, you ain't going to play.
Right.
You know, you taught to recover from the mistakes. You play one play, you make a bad play, you go back in the huddle, you forget about it, and you recover from that. And that's what these guys teach right here. And that's one of the reasons why you're seeing the turnaround in Hahnville football program right now. It's 3rd and 3. Yeah, they wearing out that fullback right now. That's about 6 or 7 carries between that the fullback got his hands on. He's just riding right up the middle. It's man on man right now. Guy in front, you block the guy in front of you and just follow the line. That's what's happening. It's 4th and 1. This is a big play. If Hahnville can make a stop right now, they'll take the ball back with about 1 minute 30 seconds left in the game. There's a timeout on Hahnville. They're going to gather their thoughts. I see Coach Boyne heading out there and Coach Scoble. Let's see what they come up with. I'm bet you Coach Scoble runs a very, very, very complex defense. You see it run in college a lot.
Right.
He plays man on one side, zone on the other side. He's got a lot of people in motion. When I was at Destrehan, it was a hard time. It was hard for me to learn that defense. And it was this is his second year here, so the players got it down right now. I'm expecting a lot of movement. Expect a blitz, playing man on the side with multiple receivers, zone on the side with the one receiver. Let's see what Hahnville chooses to do right here on 4th and 1.
You know, here I'm expecting, you know, this timeout to be a good moment for Hahnville to really plan their game here against the Cardinals.
Yeah, we don't have to score again to get the momentum. If we can make a stop right here and don't let E.D. White score, Hahnville's going to go in, even though they haven't had the momentum for the last 5 or 6 minutes, they're going to go in with the momentum. And that's going to be huge, huge for the Tigers. So let's see what happens. Hahnville's got 5 on the line. And he gets through the line. It's going to be a first down. Good tackle by the linebacker. If the linebacker misses right there, it's a touchdown. It's going to be 1st and 10.
Yeah, so I do, in fact, know, you know, the discipline that some of the players go through. Here, I'll explain later after this play.
There's the pass right there. I see the guy running deep in the end zone, but we had him.
And it was incomplete here.
Yeah, they had a guy in the slot running a slant, and the quarterback looked at him, but the fullback had him covered. Great job. I mean, free safety had him covered. Great job by the free safety. He dumped it off to the checkoff valve right there. It's going to be 2nd and 10. Actually, it was a good thing that he might have dropped the E.D. White because it stopped the clock. If you'd have caught it, they'd have had to use a timeout or run a hurry-up offense. Quarterback draw.
Oh, man.
And there's a fumble on the play. And the good guys are all pointing like they have the ball, waiting for. There's the referee's decision. Hahnville's ball.
Oh, man. Here we go for Hahnville's turn of events here.
Yeah, you know, hey, sometimes the offenses have gotten so complex now in high school football with these read options and I'm giving the ball, no, I'm keeping it, I'm throwing it. It really confuses the defense. You're going to give up yards. This is the first substantial yards besides the broken play that Hahnville has given up. When you're giving up those type of yards like that, you bend, but you don't break. And that's what Hahnville did right there. They didn't break.
All right.
Hahnville runs the ball up the middle. I think they're just going to run the clock out right now with 42 seconds. It doesn't appear that they're going to call a timeout. So we talked about momentum.
Yes.
We said that Hahnville hadn't had the momentum. But if you had that stop right there and you stopped them from scoring, Hahnville is now walking into halftime with the momentum with a 21-7 lead against Edie White, a very, very good team.
With only 20 seconds on the clock.
Yeah, they're going to take another snap right now. They're probably going to run it up the middle and let the clock run out and take this one to the locker room, 21-7, against a very good Edie White team.
Yeah, this was quite the first half here. You know, it really set Hahnville up for success in the second half, with the Cardinals really having to, you know, back up their game.
Looks like Hahnville got a player down after the play in the secondary. Nowhere is near where the ball was located. But it's going to be, as we going into the halftime right now. The clock says 0, 21-7. Hahnville has the lead. Looking forward to the second half. I'm looking forward to taking a break, Leak, and watching the Hahnville Tiger Band.
Yep, that'll be
and the High Steppers, man.
That'll be it for the first half of the game. Press Play, that's it here for Press Play Productions. I'm Malik Ba.
I'm Brad Landesh.
And we'll be back with you in the second half.
Press Play Productions will be right back.
We will begin tonight's activities by featuring the Hahnville High School High Steppers. The High Steppers are under the direction of Kylie Voges and Elizabeth Perino. They're led by co-captains Carson Ford and Sarah Waits, and Lieutenant Lexi Ford and Molly Pisani. Tonight, the High Steppers are excited to be performing to Timber. The Tiger Marching Band presents the first part of their 2025 competition show, Full Throttle. Drum Major Elizabeth Bishop, is your band ready to perform? Hahnville High School Tiger Band, you may take the field for your performance. Congratulations to the section of the week, the Milliphones. The High Steppers would like to thank their top sponsors, AMPM, Associated Terminals Towing Services, Birdie's Food and Fuel, Boudreaux Collision Center, Brian Subaru, CCA River Parishes, Craig's Jacqueline, Cyclone BJJ, and Combatives. Dance Unlimited of Parody, Farm Bureau, St. Charles Parish, Hamill Construction LLC, H. Worth Elevator Service, KB Seniors, Legacy Environmental, Louis Record Service Incorporated, Lloyd J. Bourgeois Injury and Accident Lawyer, Pintail Contract.
This is where your passion for video becomes a profession. At the Satellite Center's Advanced TV Broadcasting course, you'll develop skills in multi-camera production, editing, lighting, and audio. Get hands-on experience, become certified in Adobe editing program, and produce professional projects for real clients. The best part, you'll have opportunities to get paid to work live productions across the school district. Talk to your counselor to learn more about how you can join Advanced TV Broadcasting at the Satellite Center. This is where your passion for video becomes a profession. At the Satellite Center's Advanced TV Broadcasting course, you'll develop skills in multi-camera production, editing, lighting, and audio. Get hands-on experience, become certified in Adobe editing program, and produce professional projects for real clients. The best part? You'll have opportunities to get paid to work live productions across the school district. Talk to your counselor to learn more about how you can join Advanced TV Broadcasting at the Satellite Center.
And we're back with Press Play Productions.
And we're back here with Press Play Productions. Okay, Mr. Brad, how are we feeling about this upcoming half?
Yeah, before we get to the about the upcoming half, I just want to give props out to the band, the cheerleaders, the dance team, everybody out there who participated. My wife at home might be watching. She's going to be disappointed when I tell her the best fireworks show in Hahnville High School history. It was performed when Hahnville Tiger Band was marching off the field. She loves fireworks. I tried to get her to come out here, but she didn't want to come, you know.
Oh,
she's probably watching some kind of soap opera on TV at home right now. She's probably enjoying her free time. But, yeah, good first half by Hahnville fighting Tigers. They took a 21-7 lead. You know, I don't want to say that that's expected because E.D. White is a very good team. But it is nice to come up against a team that's more difficult, and you can put up some points on the board. Now, there's definitely some things that the Tigers need to clean up. You know, they had that one pass for that touchdown, that free safety. I'm sure he wants that back. He's going to watch that film when he goes in there, and he's going to, you know, he's going to be hard on himself because that's what good players do, and he's a good player. So he's going to look at that. He's going to identify his mistakes. He's going to come back. He's not going to do that again. But that's how they get their points. And then the last drive, we need to clean that up. But overall, Hahnville moved the ball very well. Landon Teague was accurate on the passes. I did get a message on my text message from my friend Roger False, who's watching the broadcast in Honduras. Said, he's over there living the life in Honduras. But I got a phone message from him saying that was Brandon Bennett under center at quarterback when Bennett Nakan when he took that ball down the right side. When I was like, I wish I could see that play. So, I had a flurry of text messages. One was Coach Falls. Coach Falls was a mentor of mine. He taught me a lot of football. He was a former coach at Forest High School in Hattiesburg, Mississippi. Hahnville looked very solid right there. I expect them to do the same thing. They're going to come out here and grind it out. I think they're going to come in this third quarter, and they're going to probably run the ball, take some of the clock out. You got a 21-7 lead. You don't want to take any chances right here.
Right.
But, hey, the way Landon Teague's passing the ball, You might see them come out and pass, okay? But Hahnville is stacked from what I'm seeing tonight with offensive players, man. Fabian Stelstein, how does he look tonight to you?
Fabian, he's been a great, offensive support here for Hahnville. He's never really, looked at the defensive line and hasn't taken it on. Like he.
School with these guys, man. What he's like? Good guy, huh?
So a lot of these football players, I can't say I know all of them, but I do definitely watch them.
Yeah.
I do film for the football team for the practices. I started recently. There's not too much that I know, but I do know, how we were talking about discipline. I do know that, they watch their plays back to back to back every day, and they really try to make themselves better every day. So Aaron, I think he's going to want more to show always, as all the football players here for Hahnville.
Yeah. So and then on the E.D. White side, again, they're coached by Kyle Lassane. He's a veteran, man, 20 plus years at this. Him and his good coaching staff went in there. I'm sure they made some adjustments. I'd imagine that they made some adjustments that's going to slow down Hahnville's passing attack. Landon's been so accurate, hitting 3 or 4 different receivers, catching the ball. If they make those adjustments to stop that, that's when you can really see the running game open up right there, like we talked about, where them runs will start popping up 15, 20 yards a pop. And then that's going to put E.D. White in a situation where do we stop the run or do we stop the pass? And that's when you might see Hahnville pull away. But again, a very good Kyle Lassane coached E.D. White football team.
Yeah, it really is amazing to see, here tonight. But Hahnville here will be kicking off to the Cardinals.
Yeah, Bory's lined up on the right hash. The Cardinals got it too deep. Number 2 receives the ball. Nice hold, 30 yards. 30-yard gain. The Cardinals are going to start 1st and 10 from the 32-yard line. Let's see how E.D. White opens up this offense. Are they going to run the ball or pass the ball? I don't think it's necessary time where they have to just give up on their run with a 21-7 lead. One score right here in the 3rd quarter puts them 1 score away from tying it up.
And what do you think that the Cardinals want to start off here with?
I think they're going to stay to their regular offense. They lined up again in the triple in the option, that old flex bone offense. It's designed to run. Yeah, and it's a give to the quarterback keeper for 6 yards. The quarterback had a good end of the 2nd quarter. I really expect them to do the same thing. You keep running that play over and over, and you keep the Hahnville defense on the field for a long extended time, they're going to get tired. And you might see some explosive plays from E.D. White. But, we here with Press to Play Productions, a St. Charles Parish Public Schools entity, and we want to make sure them Tigers, want to see them Tigers take control of this game.
Yep.
And I believe that's going to happen. That's a 25-yard run by number 6.
Yeah, we're really watching. For everybody at home watching this, you really know that their spirits are probably going to be high for this game. A lot of expectations here, but what do you expect to see from the Cardinals later in this game?
Yeah, they're not going to give up. They're going to keep playing hard. They're going to continue to try to run the ball. They're going to continue to try to beat up on Hahnville's defensive line and continue to make them tired by running these give plays, these dive plays right up the middle. Number 6, again, that's Charles Arsenault. That's 2 carries in a row. Charles Arsenault has gotten, and he's being quite productive. So that was a 4-yard gain. It's now 2nd and 6.
And what do you think we can expect from Hahnville for the rest of the quarter?
Hahnville's going to continue to play Hahnville football. The same thing they've been doing the last three games. You know, they're gonna throw the ball on offense. They situated in a way where they got the skilled players where they can throw the ball. Defense, they've been pretty good. But they need to make a stop. This is the 2nd possession in a row where Edie Wright just kind of runs the ball right up the middle. But I was expecting Coach Malter to make those changes in the second half. But the same thing's happening. But I really believe that he's going to take care of this and shore up that defensive line.
Yeah,
It's 3rd and 5. There's some things that they could do on defense that can stop that run, but it opens up other avenues for Edie White to gain some yards. Like right now, they got 5 on the line of scrimmage, so they're going with 5 down linemen now. That's intentionally to stop this dive play. That gives them a guy over the center, somewhere's over the center. And
yeah, as we can see here, you know, Hahnville still 21 to 7 with 9 minutes and 10 seconds left on the clock. We still got plenty of time here to watch Hahnville, you know, try to push the Cardinals back.
Yeah, it's tough. You don't want to blitz on a defense like this because you don't know which back is going to get the ball, but you might see Hahnville starting to run a blitz middle linebacker right up the middle, you know, if they continue to run the ball right there. But that's a good play.
And it seems that, like, that'll be a gain of no yards here.
Yeah, so 2nd and 10. That's the first time in a while that they ran the ball outside. I'm surprised to see that. Maybe they're just giving that fullback a break, but they got no yards to the outside. They seem to be gashing Hahnville up the middle. I'm still waiting to see what kind of solution Coach Greg Boyne and company has.
You know, I think that Hahnville's doing exactly what you said, and they're really, like, letting that clock count down.
Yeah, I mean, it's kind of like Edie White driving the ball, taking that clock, though. You know, we want to make sure Edie White don't score right here.
Right.
Okay, because if Edie White scores, now we really, really got a ball game. And look, the quarterback for Edie White, number 5, Grant Barbera, and he's a senior leader on the team. He's a very good quarterback, okay? So, you know, he's running this offense, and he's making decisions based on what he sees at the line of scrimmage. So he just took a quarterback sneak up the middle, and it looks like it's going to be a first down.
First down, okay. We're at 7 minutes and 20 seconds left in the game. Yeah, I'm really like failing to see how Hahnville is gonna stop them from reaching this touchdown. Would you like to enlighten me on, you know, some ways that Hahnville can block the Cardinals?
Yeah, it's tough with the triple option. That's why, like I said earlier, you don't blitz a lot. They just ran number 2 off the right-hand side. Number 2 is Reese LaFont. He was one of the key players I talked about at the beginning of the game that
right.
Coach Kyle Sain would be a big impact tonight. So, you know, when you got a guy going in motion and there's an option for the quarterback to keep it, there's an option to give it to the fullback, there's an option to give it to the wingback, there's also an option to pull that ball back and throw it deep. It is hard on the defense. The thing Hahnville needs to do is be able to key on their responsibilities. That happened just now on that play. Hahnville just had gap integrity right there, and they were able to stop the running back for a 1-yard gain. We need to continue to do that, continue to follow our assignments that we learned in practice. When it gets tired, it gets hard. So what we're going to do now, okay, it's getting late in the game. It's 3rd and 6. This is a big play right here for the Tigers. And we got a heat and humidity timeout.
Ladies and gentlemen, get out those half and half tickets. Your half and half
just a reminder that you're watching Press Play Productions. We are currently in the third quarter. 6 minutes left on the clock. 21-7.
Yeah, as I'm watching this game, I want to give a shout out to Miss Jordan Dolphin, your teacher, and her husband, and Rick Grau, who's here tonight. Assistant principal at the Satellite Center, kind of helping us out tonight, Sharp. But I just want to say it's amazing what we have at the Satellite Center that we offer. I'm looking at cameras, there's HD quality, soundboards, Apple computers. I mean, like the equipment that these kids have and the opportunity they have to learn and grow is just amazing. And the Satellite's a great place. Offers lots of things that you can get certified in and have real-world experience and get meaningful jobs when you graduate. So plays 3rd and 5. See what Hahnville does right here. Give to number 1. Nice play. It's going to be 4th down and 2 yards. What will Coach Lassane choose to do right now? Alik, if you had to make this decision and you had 30 years of coaching experience, and what would you do right now in this situation? You going for it on 4th and 2, or are you kicking that field goal? You got a good field goal kicker, but it only gives you 3 points.
I do think that, pushing for that first down would definitely be more worth it here.
Well, there's your answer.
Especially with –
and Hahnville almost jumped right there. He got back.
Good job here for Hahnville.
Yeah. Number 5 looking at the sideline for the signal. Big play.
I think the Cardinals could really use the extra points here. And it seems like
big stop for Hahnville.
That was a great play here by Hahnville's defense. Was that what you would call, that gap integrity like that you were talking about?
Yeah, everybody's got to do that job. You got 11 people on the field on offense, 11 people on the field on defense, right? Everybody's responsible for one guy, right?
Right.
So you got to do your job. You got to know your assignments. And right there, Hahnville made a great stop on 4th and 1 in an offense that should get 1 yard every time they run a play, okay? This kind of triple option. So that was a great stop. Hopefully we get a drive right here. Momentum will change. It's 1st and 10 from the 10-yard line for Hahnville. They're lined up in the trips to the left and one receiver to the right. Passing formation, but it also opens up the middle to give it to your running back. And
a pass.
Deep pass.
And an incomplete. 5 minutes left on the clock here. That was a great pass here, though. I'm not going to lie.
Yeah, it was a great pass, great route by the receiver. He's just running a 9 route down the field, but the coverage was excellent. The players got tangled up right here. I have to say the crowd's out here calling for pass interference, but the referees did a good job on the field. It was not pass interference. They got tripped up. You got to let the players play right there, and the referees did a good job not calling that pass interference. It's 2nd and 10. Hahnville lines up again. Two receivers to the left, 2 receivers to the right. Teague in the shotgun.
It seems like we're really going to see Landon Teague, with that accuracy like you've talked about so much here.
Yeah, big hole right there for Hahnville. From our vantage point, that hole opened up right towards us. We got about 6 yards on that, 7 yards on that. That's going to make it a manageable 3rd down and 3. Like I told you earlier, this is the kind of situation where every single play in the coach's playbook is open. This is where you want to be.
Right.
Okay. Everybody wants 1st down on 1st and 2nd, but 3rd down and 3 is the position you want to be in behind the chains.
And as we've seen in the first half, it seems like the coach has a lot that they could play here.
Yeah. See right there, we got a 4-yard run. That was first time we run that play tonight. Right up the middle, Fabian Celestine with the 4-yard run. And it's 1st and 10 for the Tigers at the 20-yard line.
Yeah, it's really great to see, Fabian Celestine stare down their defensive line, and just push past, gain some yards.
It was nice. He might have got a little nicked up on that play. I see him limping a little bit, but he's still in the game. We got motion right there by number 10, Bennett Knockhand. Fake to the running back.
Oh.
Nice pass. Nice defense by number 9. Hahnville wide receiver is pleading for a penalty right there. That was a good play. Good pass, good read, good play on the defense.
Yeah, it seems like the Cardinals are really going to have to watch out for Bennett knocking here, number 10.
2nd and 10 right here. We got doubles formation. Teague in a shotgun. Throws the ball to number 5. We got a 6-yard gain here. Here the Tigers again in a 3rd and 3 or 3rd and 4 situation. Coach Boyne has a large playbook. Got a big card in his hand.
With 3 minutes and 30 seconds left on the clock.
Probably got 50 plays he can choose from right now.
That's really great to hear. Leaves us with anticipation for the next play.
Doubles formation. We got number 10 in motion. Pass the incomplete drop ball. Yeah, that play was designed as they took number 10, put him in motion to the left. That left number 5, one-on-one with the cornerback. Cornerback playing off of him a little bit, which was unusual because it gave us a cushion of 5 yards to make that play. Unfortunately, Hahnville couldn't execute, and now the punting team is out for the Tigers. Last time he punted, we had an excellent punter, an excellent punt. Looks like number 1, Chase Nakhan's back for the Cardinals. Nearly blocked, but still a good punt. Bad bounce.
Yeah, it's not leaving Hahnville with much to work with here, but we'll see how the Cardinals do with the last 3 minutes on the clock here for the 3rd quarter.
Yeah, my concerns here is that the last drive Edie White had was a long drive. I'd like to see Hahnville get a longer drive to give our defense a chance to rest, but it was over in a flash, and Edie White got the ball again. That can pose problems for that defensive line of Hahnville. Let's see what Coach Scoble and the Tigers defense has in store right here. Edie White still in the triple option flex bone offense. Giving right up the middle to number 6.
Seems like they haven't given up with that strategy here. We might be able to expect that, just leading up to the end zone here.
Yeah, why not keep running the play that works, right? You're getting 6 yards a pop. Keep running that play until you can prove that you can stop it.
But as we've talked about, in past games, Hahnville has great adaptability to the plays. We get to see that here against the Cardinals. I think we, might lead on. The Cardinals might be leading on more than they can chew.
Yeah, that was 72 for Edie White. Just had a fantastic block that opened up that run.
Flag on the play.
72 is Colton Duplantis. The flag is in the secondary. See what happens at the referees conference. Looks like a personal foul on the Tigers. That's why I was in the secondary. Probably after the play is going to be a 15-yard.
Yeah, that's really not leaving the Tigers with, that advantage that they would want after the first half.
It's 1st and down to the 20 in Edie White territory. Edie White marching. They line up in the option offense again. Quarterback takes it again for a 4-yard gain. I'm really, really impressed. The conversations I had this morning with the coaches, it told me Grant was going to be a good quarterback, and he's showing that tonight, man. He's resilient.
Yeah. Any other key players that we could be expecting to see in this moment right here?
Yeah, continue to see the you're going to continue to see the fullback down behind the quarterback get some balls in the middle, just like he got, number 5. Hahnville did a good job stopping that. They maintained their gaps like we talked about, and it's going to be 3rd down and 5.
Yeah, and this is really just, a great learning moment for me as a student for Press Play Productions. It's I'm really learning a lot about football. I haven't, grew up learning much about the sport, but here I am, trying to commentate it.
Yeah, it's been a pleasure helping you guys out. I look forward to doing some of the rest of the game. And that's good penetration.
Great play by the Tigers here with 40 seconds left on the clock.
Yeah, number 5 goes down. Seems to be number 8 celebrating on the field. Carter Burns, I guess he got the sack. It's a little hard to see. Our windows are getting foggy up here. It's cold in the press box, hot outside. It's like I'm trying to drive down Highway 3127 at 6 a.m. during fog season.
That is certainly a great way to put it here.
Yeah, and we're going to try a field goal. Field goal, it's going to be about 38 yards.
Great kick here.
And it's no good.
No good, though.
Surprising. E.D. White has a really good kicker. He made some long kicks from 35 and 47 yards, I believe, this year against Holy Cross and Jesuit. That's one thing about E.D. White, man. E.D. White played 2 close games against 2 Catholic school teams, and they're playing a pretty good game here against Hahnville. Even though Hahnville got the lead 21-7, they've shown that they can run against the big boys in the Catholic League and in St. Charles and the River Parishes. That leads for a good season for E.D. White. Again, on the other side, Hahnville playing well tonight. We need to shore up that defense against this kind of run, but you're not going to see this kind of offense every night, okay? Nope. In our district and in Class 5A, you see a lot of zone offenses and RPOs. I think we'll be very good to handle that with our skill players.
Yeah, it seems like I'm really hoping to see more from the offense here. I don't want to allow the Cardinals, and that'll be it for the third quarter here.
Yeah, so in the third quarter, it's 21-7 Hahnville Tigers. Let us go to a quick break.
All right, we'll be back here with Press Play Productions.
This is where your passion for video becomes a profession. At the Satellite Center's Advanced TV Broadcasting course, you'll develop skills in multi-camera production, editing, lighting, and audio. Get hands-on experience, become certified in Adobe editing program, and produce professional projects for real clients. The best part? You'll have opportunities to get paid to work live productions across the school district. Talk to your counselor to learn more about how you can join Advanced TV Broadcasting at the Satellite Center.
And we're back with Press Play Productions.
And we're back after the break. Here, it seems like, like I was saying, I'm really expecting a lot more from the offense here. I don't want, we don't want the Tigers to have to deal with their offense of the Cardinals again, just push and pass. We're going to give like you said, we're going to give a break for Hahnville's defense.
Yeah, run by Fabian Celestine right there for 3 yards. It looks like it's going to be 3rd and 2. I went down at halftime, kind of took a look at the crowd and the atmosphere, and I'm going to tell you what. It's nice to have Hahnville football Tiger back, right?
Yes, it definitely is.
We look over there at the Hahnville Tiger school fighting tradition over there and all them state championship and district championship. And I like to see the crowd. The crowd's full over here. Got a nice full crowd by E.D. White. I urge you listeners on just watching us Press to Play. We want you to watch Press to Play. But even better, the kids out here on the field, there's 100 of them on that football team. There's 20 dance team members out there, 20 cheerleaders, 100 people in the band. I want to see you out here. I challenge everybody out here to come up, support Hahnville Tigers. Let's fill both sides of the stadium by the end of the season with Tiger fans, right?
Yes, that would be an amazing view. Really, supporting the games. It means a lot. It definitely does.
Back in the heyday, at 4:30 to open the gates, and when the visiting team showed up, both sides of the stadium was packed. in the 90s when they were winning state championships. I believe Hahnville football can do that again. I think we're in the right direction, but we need the community to get up and back these boys up. They coming out there, they working hard. They basically working out there from August, actually all year. Bands out there in the summertime is hot, you know. They putting it all out there, guys, and the community support, man, is great. It means a lot to the kids. The atmosphere out here today is the best it's been in the last couple years. Wonderful night for football. 1st and 10 for the Tigers. You know, the 90s was over 30 years ago. I just realized I mentioned the 90s, and like you weren't even born yet, and like you know, when I was in the car my dad was listening to like rock and Robin 60s music, and that was like 30, 40 years. And now I'm saying 90s, and that's like 30, 40 years, man.
Yeah, I was born in 2007. I'm a senior now, and I'm about to graduate.
I always tell people, I was on the 1992 state championship team, and people are like, 1992, you old. You were born in 2007, man. All right, 2nd and 9. Let's get back to football. Hahnville got a guy in motion.
Expecting Fabian Celestine to run down the middle here and not making it far.
Yeah, it's 3rd and 10 now. I'd like to see Hahnville get a first down and extend this drive, keep the defense off the field a little bit. Give the defense a chance to get some water and rehydrate.
10 minutes left on the clock.
You know, 10 minutes left in the clock. E.D. White, they may have to start doing a little bit more throwing out of that offense that they have when they come out there, because they're starting to run short on time. They need 2 scores to tie the game up, but let's hope Hahnville can take some more time off the clock right here.
Yeah, I really want to see more from their offense. You know, it doesn't seem like, you know, this running down the middle thing is working, but here we are with a fumble.
Yeah, number 7 for E.D. White, Charlie Dietrich, the all-state linebacker on E.D. White's team. They went to the state championship, came unattended to the quarterback, got a hand on the ball. He's going to make it 4th down. That's a big linebacker right there. He's over 6 foot, 200 pounds. Right down the street from the Nicholls State Colonels.
Oh man,
maybe he'll be on that team next year, right?
That'd be great to see.
Yep.
You know, being able to see these players make a future for themselves.
Yeah, Hahnville got a lot of great players, man. You're going to see a lot of Hahnville players make it to the next level. It's fun to watch. And
that's a
nice punt by the Tigers. Yeah, it's fun to watch these players play, and you're playing against 2 teams like this that have really good teams. You're going to see players from both sides play at the college level, you know, and you know, one day you're going to see them on TV, and you're going to be able to say you called that game when that person made that touchdown.
Being able to, you know, scream, I know him.
Yeah, you know him, man. You get his autograph. You know, I taught Justin Jefferson. You know, I'm still waiting for my royalty check.
Wow.
I talked to him the other day. He said, you know, he's going to have to make a few more paychecks before I get my royalties for teaching them environmental science. But I'm going to tell you what, these players, guys, Alik, the amount of time that they have to spend in the classroom and the amount of time in the training room is just unbelievable. How much time goes into being a football player at any level. E.D. White with the ball again. The run for 2 yards is going to be 2nd and 8.
You know, you really do see a lot of these players showing their academic level while playing football as well. A lot of these players are really smart. You know, you find that out just by being around them. But they're really strong as well.
Yeah, Hahnville just released, I believe I saw it on Facebook, a post about all the kids who made the honor roll on the football team. And, you know, that says a lot about a school, Hahnville High School, you know. Making sure the kids are making the grades as well. And the thing is, when they leave here, whether they play in football or not, and you see them go to college, they have success in college.
Right.
You know, a lot of times, the football players giving grades. No, football players aren't giving grades. They're earning those grades. They're going to college. They're being successful. They're going to be your next engineers at Bayer, at Valero, and all these places around here, and they're going to contribute to these schools.
Because a lot of these athletes, you know, they're careers don't just end at high school. You know, it goes on to be more than that, whether it's in football or not.
Yeah, football, all sports, it's learning, right? It's learning how to work
Right.
with others. It's learning how to be disciplined, right? You got to be disciplined to wake up at 6 o'clock and go train and then go to school at 7 o'clock.
And then
Eat lunch, go to practice, watch film, study, go to bed at 9. It's a Friday, right? When I was in school, every Friday I had a math test. They had to prepare for a math test and then prepare for a game against Edie White. And they're going to do it Saturday and Sunday. They're going to get up and they're going to practice.
So you really can expect a lot from these players, more so than just from the game.
Yeah, it's 2nd and 6 for Edie White. So right there, Edie White decided to go for a pass. So with 8 minutes left, a 21-7 lead, I believe they're starting to feel like they can't just run the ball, right? They're going to have to move the ball down the field. There was nobody open. The quarterback, good athlete, took it for about 15, 20 yards, a run. I do think that going away from the run is going to actually help Hahnville, though. They're secondary. They got good skill players. They're not tired. I think we can get a rush on the quarterback.
Can we talk about that interception from second quarter? And a great catch here by Edie White.
Well, to be honest with you, Alik, no, because I don't remember it.
Oh, that's fine.
I'm getting old, man. I'm almost 50 years old.
I think we might be able to see a little bit more of, great, defensive measures by Hahnville here. When Edie White tries to go for, these big passes, these deep passes, Hahnville never failed to shut them down then and there.
Yeah. Another run by Edie White for 6 yards. Yeah, I don't have a statistician up here. I don't remember what happened 3 plays ago.
That's understandable. That is understandable.
2nd and 3 for Edie White.
Does it look like Edie White is just trying to stick to what they've been doing so far?
Yeah, they on our side. If they can score with about 5 minutes, with at least 5 minutes left, then they have an opportunity to go out there and stop Hahnville, get the ball back. But look, that's a big sack right there.
That was great seeing.
Yeah. Again, I said that them having to go away from the run is going to play in the Hahnville's favor because, again, that's the second time right there that Hahnville had the Edie White offensive receivers blanketed. There was nobody open. The quarterback couldn't run because the defensive line did a good job containing him, and they made a sack, and now it's 3rd down 11. Now, there's no running plays right now for Edie White on 3rd and 11. The playbook's skinny. They got to go for pass. I'd imagine Hahnville's going to probably play. Let's see how Hahnville lines up. They line up with 4 defensive linemen. Looks like they blitzing the cornerback from then. He got picked up by the good run by the quarterback, but good play by the Hahnville Tigers. We tripped him up. It was a 6-yard gain, but we gained on him and tripped him up from behind. It's going to bring up 4th and 4 with 7 minutes left in the game. Time is starting to be a concern for Edie White. And Hahnville can make a stop right here on 4th down and make a drive. They can end it on one drive right here.
It's that, that final quarter here, they really have to, push the pedal to the metal.
Yeah, number 5 looking on the sideline trying to get the play in. This is probably the most crucial play of the game for Edie White. I hate to count my chickens before they hatch, but this might be the deciding moment of the game right here. And Hahnville sends a rusher. We had pressure all up in the quarterback's face right there. Again, Hahnville had the receivers covered. It's 4th down. It's turnover. It's Hahnville Tiger ball with 6 minutes and 25 seconds to lead.
That's a great time for Hahnville here, and we have a lot to work with. But what do you think Hahnville will be able to do here?
Hahnville's going to run the ball. Hahnville got to trust that their offensive linemen can get off on this defensive line of the Edie White Cardinals and push them back. Hahnville needs 3 yards a pop. If Hahnville can get 3 yards a pop, they're going to run down the clock, and they can do this without even scoring. They can hold the ball. Now let's see if Hahnville can do that. they've been having a little bit of trouble running the ball in the second half. That's what they've tried to do in the second half. They haven't tried to pass much like they did in the first half. They're just trying to run the clock out, but they haven't had much success. But now we got Celestine with the ball, and he's got a hole.
And that was
It's a 3-yard gain.
3-yard gain here. 2nd and 7.
A 3-4-yard gain, if my math is right. 4 plus 4 plus 4 is 12, right? Keep getting that first down. A lot of people don't like to see that kind of football, but that's good football.
Yeah, that is good football. 6 minutes left on our clock. We might be able to see that playbook open as we've seen in the past.
Yeah, Hahnville's probably not going to open up their playbook too much right now in this situation. They're just going to run it out. But if E.D. White gets the ball back, which I hope Hahnville can stop that from happening, or at least give it back with under 2 minutes, you're going to have to. If E.D. White gets the ball, you're going to have to see them. They're going to throw it. So they got to make up 14 points here just to tie it. But Hahnville's going to do a good job. That's why they call it timeout. Second, what we're going to do, protect the ball. We don't want to fumble the ball. If we throw the ball, we don't want to throw interception. We're gonna throw it away. If nobody's open, we're gonna do smart things, and I think that's what Hahnville set up to do. Again, like the coaching staff here is excellent. They're teaching these players how to play football.
Right, and the score's honestly looking great for Hahnville right now at the moment. We're really gonna have to see, what the Cardinals plan to do. What do you think?
Yeah, I think if Hahnville keeps getting 4 yards a pop on them right here, they're going to start blitzing some linebackers, try to meet them in the line of scrimmage, and stop the longer gains. There's a pass right there, but it's a good pass to number 13. Number 13 is Caden Brand, wide receiver, 11th grader. Those are those kind of high percentage passes right there. We're not throwing the ball down the field. That was behind the line. That was up behind the line of scrimmage there. Those act as a run play. And that's what you're going to see from the Tigers for this last 5 minutes. You're going to see things, you're going to see run plays, or you're going to see screens and different things that act as run plays.
And that was a great first down for the Tigers, too.
Yeah, they get that set recess the chains, gives us 3 more plays. That continues to drain the clock. We're at 5 minutes and 53 seconds. Now, E.D. White does have their timeouts. Quarterback keeper. And it's a big gain by Landon Teague down the field.
This might be great here, and it was stopped.
Wait, that's
tripped up here.
That is not Landon Teague. That is number 10.
Bennett Knockan here.
Bennett Knockan with a big gain.
Always seeing him make those big plays here.
Yeah, again, big body right there, good athlete. Kind of like your Taysom Hill of the Hahnville Fighting Tigers.
And you really lose sight of him, huh? Haven't you a couple of times here?
Yeah. You just used to having the regular starting quarterback back there. But again, this is a good decision by the Hahnville Tigers and Coach Boyne by putting out a running style quarterback. We're keeping it on the ground right here.
Can I guess to see Fabian Celestine maybe try to push down the middle a couple of times?
Yeah. I think what they're going to keep doing is running these zone reads with Bennett and Fabian in the backfield. I don't know. I'm seeing 18 now. That might be Landon Teague. Again, maybe I need my binoculars. I can't really tell who's out there, especially with the fog on the window.
Do you think?
I just hope I gave credit to the right player who ran it 50 yards down the field.
Yeah, that is true here. Do you think the Cardinals will try to use the rest of the breaks here? Maybe when the turnover happens?
Yeah, that was a timeout right there by Hahnville. I don't think E.D. White's going to waste their timeouts just yet. They really need to stop Hahnville on this drive.
It seems like that's going to be like their only option here at the moment. Because that gap is just going to get larger and larger here.
Yeah, if they waste their timeouts right now, they're not going to have any to try to make up the 2 scores.
Or maybe just stop it even.
Yeah, it's 1st and 10. Hahnville's gonna be real conservative right here. Yeah, Teague's at quarterback right now, number 18.
And an incomplete pass here.
Surprise, surprise. We're throwing the ball on 1st and 10 with 5 minutes and 38 seconds left.
Yeah, it
of the
seems like
game.
Hahnville
That
just
stops
wants
the clock.
that touchdown.
Yeah, the Hahnville wants the touchdown. It stops the clock, though, with
5 minutes, 38 seconds left on the clock here. No, we're really just watching the clock. As you know, both teams want to make sure that clock counts down.
Yeah, I've been real antsy with seeing the drives that Edie White's been having, and this is the longest time. It's been a long time for this clock. It's gone down 3 minutes, and it's been a long 3 minutes. That's a 2-yard gain. It's going to be 3rd and 7. What do you think is going to happen here, Leak?
To be honest, you know, I've seen that pass played earlier, but you know, as we said, Hahnville does definitely want to make that clock count down. I think they just might wait for that 3rd down, and then they might just go for the touchdown.
Yeah. They got a lot of options right here. They can run the ball again, even though they don't get the 1st down. They have a good field goal kicker, right? So if they can put points on the board, any kind of points on the board, makes it a 3-score game. It's going to make it virtually impossible for Edie White to come back. Points is a big thing right
There's
here.
a pass, and it was an incomplete
pass. I imagine Hahnville's going to send out the field goal unit, make a 3-score game right here.
Let's see what they do here.
So far, no sign of the field goal.
No, I think it really is just in Hahnville's best interest to maybe try to punt for the extra points, you know, just to go home with, you know, that little bit more of an edge.
Yeah. With 4 minutes left, we got a comfortable lead, but no lead is really comfortable for me. So
but it seems like they
go
plan to play.
Yeah. It's an incomplete
pass
play.
here.
Yeah.
So it's going to be a turnover.
Turnover on downs to the Edie White Cardinals. So with 4 minutes and 38 seconds to play in the 4th quarter, it's still Hahnville 21-7. I'd imagine that Edie White is going to just set up for a big play here. They need to score fast. If they can score fast, you'll see an onside kick. Hahnville's defense looked good against the pass last drive. So I'm feeling comfortable right now. I'm feeling comfortable.
Yeah, really just, you know, seeing what a team could do with that disadvantage, seeing what they plan to do. You know, I think that's such a big part about football here.
Yeah. Hahnville got 4 down linemen right now. And it's a run. 2 yards in a cloud of dust. 2nd and 8 for Edie White.
Yeah, I don't think Edie White can afford to, like, just continue to play this game here.
Yeah, I'd like to know what Coach Lassane has got up his sleeve, but I know what Coach Scoble got up his sleeve, and he's going to continue to play defense, and he's going to try to eliminate the big play right here because these little bitty 3-yard gains does nothing for the Cardinals. 6 for the carry is going to be a 1st down. Leak, I'm willing to give up 5-6 yards of play right now. Then a big, you know, if you add it up, 5-6 yards of play, they're going to run the clock out on themselves. They're going to pass it eventually.
Yeah,
yeah.
I only see that play really.
And there
being
it
made
is
here.
right there, and 13's open. He throws underneath to number 9. Looked like he caught it. Hahnville picks up the ball, runs it to the end zone. They want a fumble recovery, but it was incomplete. Good play.
You know, really seeing those, you know, plays trying to be made, you know, it was a missed chance. It was a missed opportunity, you know, for that surprise. But seeing Hahnville really keep their defense.
Yeah. It was a good thing for the Tigers.
Definitely.
Now they see in 2nd down and 10. They can make a stop right here.
Tigers trying to make sure that they see no progress for Edie White. And it was incomplete.
Yeah, incomplete pass, 3rd and 10. I like what Hahnville's doing right now. They dropping a guy back deep. They playing the deep routes, and they letting on the routes free. We can give up those under routes, okay? The ones that's running across right behind the linebackers, we can give those up. The ones we don't want to give up is those big chunk plays in this situation.
Because you don't want to give E.D. White the chance to go far, you
Yeah.
know, really make any big play.
Right. Sometimes in these situations, the stats on Saturday morning are going to be a little misleading. You see he gave up all his pass yards, but you kind of gave it up on purpose. Offsides, it should be offsides on number 23, the wide receiver for E.D. White. That'll back him up 5 yards.
You know, you're really seeing E.D. White be impatient here with 3 minutes and 32 seconds left on the clock. You know, if I was in their position, I think I would also have the same mentality at the moment.
Yeah, it's easy to say, oh, they need to throw the ball deep, but Hahnville's got great skill players back there. I haven't seen a white guy running free, a white jersey running free yet. And as long as they continue to put that, like I said, give up them short routes.
And they don't want to just throw, a turnover, allowing Hahnville any extra advantage. But it seems like that was also an incomplete pass. That'll be 4th and 10.
Yep, that was an incomplete pass. Again, Hahnville had the offense blanketed. He had nowhere to go with the ball. It looks like they're deep in their territory. It's 4th and 12. They're going to cut out the punt. They're going to call out the punt unit, and I don't expect anything fancy here. Some people might say, "Oh, watch the fake," but it's 4th and 12 in your own in the Hahnville territory. So I'm not expecting the punt. I'm not expecting a fake punt, and the punt's off. It's a decent punt, a little Hahnville bounce.
And it seems like that was good for Hahnville. Could have been better on E.D. White, but we don't know what E.D. White has for us with their defensive line.
Hahnville's going to take the ball at the 50-yard line. This is good field position for them. They're almost into their own territory. Good field position. Hahnville's going to run the ball right here.
3 minutes, 16 seconds left on the clock.
Yeah, they're going to run the ball, and if it comes 4th down, they're going to punt it, and they're going to put E.D. White in a position inside the 10-yard line. It's going to be hard to come back from. I'm looking to see Hahnville run the ball up the middle, maybe some of those read options with the quarterback Landon Teague and running back Fabian Celestine. I think you're going to see Hahnville slow down their offense. They're going to take every second off the play clock between plays.
And that's Fabian Celestine.
With a 5-yard carry.
Some great distance here. Nearing 3 minutes on the clock.
2nd and 5. The time's running. Got 2:55. We got.
Yeah, it seems like Hahnville's real comfortable here. They don't really have to do much.
Right. We got 20 seconds on the play clock. I suspect Hahnville is going to take that down all the way to about 3 seconds. Every single time they snap the ball. Yeah, Hahnville in no rush. Hand off to Fabian Celestine. He's bottled up. No gain. It's going to be 3rd and 5, and I see a flag. Let's see what the referees huddle and determine.
Yeah, this has been a great night, honestly, so far. With 2 minutes and 20 seconds left on the clock. Yeah, it was a great night so far.
Yeah, I enjoyed it. It's been a long time since I've been in the broadcast seat. I'm enjoying it. I'm looking forward to coming back.
That's great to hear. I would love to have you, here to teach me some more. Maybe learn a lot more about play-by-play. I think as a student, still learning.
I'm looking forward to it as a big game on this schedule on Halloween. Hahnville and Destrehan. Did you ask your teacher if we can dress up in costumes on the Halloween?
I have been preaching and really begging here to get those costumes for that Hahnville versus Destrehan game. I'm still trying to find out. I hope this is heard.
Well, you don't know Pat Summerall and John Madden. I'll dress up at John Madden. If my eyebrows grow back, they pretty gray, right? So I have them bushy eyebrows. I can look like John Madden here.
That would be hilarious to see.
Yeah, looking forward to the Halloween game. That'll be a good game, Hahnville and Destrehan.
I can expect you to be here in the commentators box during that.
Oh yeah. Look, I love that rival. I loved it as a player. I loved it as a coach. I was on Destrehan side, of course, but I remember coming up into the press box and I was walking up the steps and everybody was booing me.
Man.
Yeah, they were booing me. I had if Seth Mathern's listening right now, he's a cousin of mine. He was out there yelling, telling everybody to boo me. I know he's listening. He had the whole crowd booing me. It was actually pretty exciting having 2,500 Hahnville Tigers boo me.
Yeah, I can only imagine. But hey, if you want to watch that Hahnville versus Destrehan game, you can watch it here at Press Play Productions.
Yep. 1st and 10, Hahnville gets the ball.
Fabian Celestine down.
No gain. It's going to be 2nd and 10.
2 minutes, 16 seconds left on the clock. Yeah, that clock's really down.
Yeah. It's going to be hard for Edie White to recover from, come back 2 scores in 2 minutes. Hahnville still got the ball.
Do you think Hahnville wants that, that last touchdown before the game ends?
It's always nice to get a touchdown, right? You get to go home and you get to go tell your friends, hey, I scored a touchdown. But I think Greg Boyne and company right now, what they want to come out is nobody get hurt.
Right.
So I think they're gonna stay conservative. Sometimes you throw the ball deep, whatever. Everybody's jumping up in the air. Somebody comes down, sprains an ankle, sprains a knee. We're not gonna play with any of that right now. We're just gonna run the ball. Give it to our running back.
Maybe a couple of raises here and there, but
running backs are used to taking hits. Their body, their soft tissues used to taking the hits and stuff like that more than a wide receiver. So they're just going to give it to. They're going to just keep pounding it right here. I tell you what, though, again, I can't say it enough. In the first half, man, I was impressed with Aaron Williams. Aaron Williams made a couple good catches. He had a couple drops here and there, but I mean, he had some catches. And Landon Teague, I'm looking forward to continue to see this Hahnville offense. In the second half, they kind of went vanilla on us because they had that 21-7 lead. So they're going to be conservative and not show everything they got in the playbook. But the first half was impressive. Right now they're just trying to run that clock out. So you're not going to see anything flashy.
Right. Yeah. So that's another thing is like I would love to see them hide a lot going into other games, but they can't hide too much, of course. But, hiding what they have in store for us, showing more surprises in the later games, in future games. But really, just having a lot in store for us in total.
Right. You got teams in the district like Terrebonne who, every other year, man, they have a chance. They're good and they can go deep in the playoffs. You got teams like that, and you're going to be running up against Destrehan. And, we know what they do on the other side of the river. So, you never look ahead to that game, but it should be a fun game this year.
Yes.
And then you never know what happens if you go play a game in Thibodaux. Thibodaux when you go down to Thibodaux, it has a weird way of hurting Hahnville. Whether we go in basketball, baseball, or football, it's always a game in Thibodaux. So you can't show everything in situations where you don't need to show it. You got to save it for those bigger opponents.
Right. Yeah. I definitely see that. Seeing teams be able to put a stop to plans that were shown in previous games, based off of like a player and how they play. In the previous game before this one against Booker T, I commentated for that. And I was watching as, like I said, Bennett Knockan only getting one touchdown, being able to show up here, be able to push through all these players and get a total of, would have been 4 touchdowns in total. But being taken away from him, he really still fighting for his team, showing great support here. You really can see, how plays not being shown can take place in like other games.
Yeah. So Hahnville took a timeout. We've got 1:20 left in the game. It's 4th and 8.
1:20 on the clock.
Yeah, the film study nowadays is amazing. Back in a long time ago, we used to meet the other team's coach in the parking lot of the Shoney's to exchange VHS tapes.
Wow.
Yeah. But now there's an online program where you know, everybody downloads their games and shares it like that, and you can see films from teams for years and see what they're going to do. So, like you can break film down. Hey, what does this team run on 3rd and 3 from the right hash mark, and you get a percentage of what plays they run in the last 5 or 6 games. So it's amazing. So it's always good when you don't have to show everything you have.
And that was a great pass here.
Yeah, it was a great pass for a touchdown, deep pass for touchdown and 4th down, but the quarterback is down, hurt. The training staff is running out. Looks like he had a hit to the ribs. He's holding his rib cage, but he's up on his own. He's walking off the field. There is a flag on the play. I believe it's probably late hit to the quarterback, but anyway, we got a touchdown. We lining up for the extra point.
You know, and I guess that's exactly what you were talking about, that you know, that they might want to avoid not getting any injuries leading into any other games in the future.
Yeah, I'm surprised we threw the ball right there, but it resulted in a touchdown. Hey, I missed who scored it, but he's waking up Saturday morning with a touchdown right in his pocket, right?
That is true. That is true.
Yeah.
1 minute and 12 seconds left on the clock. It looks like they're going for the extra point here. And that was a great touchdown, though.
Yeah, beautiful pass, especially with the pressure and getting hit in the hit after thrown. That ball is right on target. Dropped it right into the wide receiver's hands.
Great accuracy here, and that was
a little stoppage in play right now. Teague's finally getting off the field. He looks okay, probably just a little bit beat up. He's going to be in the training room tomorrow. Going to take care of that. He looks like he'll definitely be ready for the next game.
all right. Let's see how this
Keep
play
our
goes.
hopes up. His ribs are okay.
I really hope to see him in the next game. If we
Yeah.
miss out on Landon Teague's accuracy, you know,
Yeah,
that could be a definite big hit.
You hate to see any player get hurt. And the extra point is good.
And that'll be 28-7, putting Hahnville in an even bigger lead than we were expecting for the night. And great nights and great crowd here.
Yeah, fireworks going off, lights flashing on and off. If you haven't come to the stadium recently and saw the new LED lights flashing on touchdowns and the fireworks shows at halftime, you need to get over here to Tiger Stadium next week or our next home game, right?
Yes, so the next home game for Hahnville will be Hahnville versus Thibodaux on October 10th. You know, you definitely don't want to miss that.
Yeah, and that one won't be broadcast by Press to Play, so have no reason, right? Are we broadcasting that game?
Yeah, we're broadcasting. That's going to be the next
Okay.
home game, I believe, for
So we broadcasting that game.
Hahnville's. That's going to be Press to Play's next home broadcast.
Yeah, bring your iPad to the stadium. Turn on the YouTube. You can watch you can hear a league call to play-by-play from the stands while you watch the game and support the children and or teenagers, right, of St. Charles Parish.
Yep, you get to
You get to feel the game.
Yeah, really hear it. Learn more about it. Learn it on side of me. Like I said, I am a student, still learning here, but I'm learning a lot here from Mr. Brad.
Mr. Brad.
Mr. Brad.
Say the last name.
Landis.
That's close enough.
Really learning more about people too.
Well, it's been an honor to be up here. I really appreciate the invite. I look forward to it. I told your, I don't know who I told, your people. I said, when you do some baseball games, soccer games, I said I could do those too. I can help you out. I said we even do volleyball games. I'm gonna have to read the rule book on volleyball, but
so we do also host for all of the Battle of the Rivers games. That'll include volleyball, swim team, maybe even a couple more rivalry events here. But please do come back and, watch Press to Play Productions.
Yeah, y'all got my phone number. Yeah, if you enjoyed the broadcast today, go on YouTube, like us on Press to Play. Give us a like.
What do you expect for, this last minute of the game?
Not much. We're going to kick the ball off. Edie White's not going to try to throw the ball. They might try to throw it down, throw the ball downfield. But, I mean, same thing with Hahnville. I said about Hahnville, Edie White's going to, they're going to lick their wounds, and they're going to try to come back and play next week. They got film to see what they can improve on against a good team too. So they've played 3 good teams. They're not going to want to get anybody hurt, so I expect them to kind of do the same thing that they did the first half, just kind of run the ball. They're not going to give up. They're not going to kneel the ball, but they're going to run it. They're going to try to avoid any kind of injuries here.
Right. So we can kind of just expect the game to just settle down.
Yeah. I mean, it looks like Edie White is going to go down to 0-3, but they play 3 5A teams. They put them on their schedule, so that's going to help them when they get to district and they play some other teams and stuff like that. They should be able to learn from the mistakes. They've played the best of the best, and then Hahnville, this is their first opportunity really to play a game that stresses you, right?
Right.
Yeah. So Edie White taking the ball on the right-hand side, the 25-yard line,
and a great.
Yeah, you want to play.
Here.
You want to play a game that stresses you, and this is
right.
Hahnville's first stressor game, right? So the first couple of games they went over there and they got to get on the field, right? Hit somebody else besides yourself because that's all you do in that practice. But this is the game that Coach Boyne and his staff is going to go look at, and they're going to analyze, and this is where they're going to be able to make the best improvements. See, because Edie White's a good team. Okay, don't let the school score fool you, 28-7 or their record. Okay. This is the one that they're going to go look at the film. They're going to fine-tune their offense, fine-tune their defense, and they're going to take it into district play and hopefully make a run into the playoffs right here.
Because you could definitely see, that Edie White made some great plays here tonight, really putting some blocks to Hahnville. And, Hahnville's offense just not being able to make it through a couple of plays.
Yeah, I was concerned a little bit about Hahnville's offense in the second half a little bit. They changed the style of play in the second half because they had a lead 21-7. Okay, right. They made sure that they protected the ball more. When you throw the ball, quarterback wants to make good decisions, but there's always that chance your arm gets hit when you throw it, a deflection, and even though you're making solid high percentage plays, the ball is not as protected when it's in the air, right? You got a 21-7 lead, you're going to protect that ball. So I think that's why you saw a little bit change in the offensive style for Hahnville in the second half, and I think that's good coaching on their part. Even though the defense was kind of bending a little bit, but the defense bent, but they didn't break, right?
No.
Yeah.
No, that definitely ended up Hahnville, leading on the score some more.
And that's a good stop right there by Hahnville. It's going to be 2nd and 10. We got 55 seconds left on the clock. Edie White is out of timeouts.
And it seems that Hahnville, really, pushed their defense this game. Defense really took some beating from, Edie White's offense. But here they are, still pushing, still doing really well.
Yeah. 30 seconds left. Yeah, they're in no hurry. They're gonna run the ball and get out of here. Wow, big pop for the running back. 35.
Whoa.
Yeah, he's gonna be stopped at 30. 35. That is Maddox Guidros. I'm not sure he's been in the backfield this game. He's listed as a defensive end.
And that timer's really counting down here. Coming to the end of the game.
That's going to be the last play. So we got a victory right now with Hahnville 28-7 over Edie White. Hahnville goes to 3-0.
And that was a great game here tonight. Thank you so much for watching Press Play Productions. This is Elite Buck.
This is Brad Landesh. Hey, one last thing.
Mm-hmm.
I enjoy being over here. I appreciate y'all inviting me. This is my first time in a long time. We're going to get better together as a team. Right, and I hope you learned a lot about football today.
Definitely.
I need you to teach me one thing, because my wife tells me I don't know how to be quiet.
Okay.
So I don't know how to end this. So show me how to end the broadcast.
Well, we'll just say here that Hahnville did extremely well here tonight. I I think Edie White will be going home still, with a lot to look after. But everybody did really well tonight. Everybody was really happy. I think we can end it off on a good note just with that. Also, we don't want to forget that, Press Play Productions did host this. Our next game will be Destrehan versus Terrebonne, October 3rd. Please don't miss that. And, yeah, that's a great way to end it. Just off on any note.
All right, signing out is Coach Landash.
And Alik Ba. Have a good night.
Thank you for watching this broadcast put on by the student group Press Play Productions. Be sure to tune in to the next big event.